The second half begins. The score is 1-1, and Barcelona scores in the first minute. All this is due to one genius decision by Hansi Flick. Our coach has revived a 100-year-old tactic. So what did Hansi do? He pulled out the double W formation from the early 1900s, and he adapted this idea using Barcelona's current players. Koundé played as the right central fullback, Cubarsí played in the center, Iñigo as the left central fullback. The roles of the two halfbacks were taken by Frenkie and Pedri, our two deep-lying playmakers. The functions of inside forwards were given to Fermín and Raphinha, wingers Balde and Lamine, center forward Robert, and now let's watch how it works. The first goal-scoring attack after the break, Cubarsí to Iñigo, Iñigo to Balde, Balde to Pedri, and then a superb skill by Fermín in running into the free space behind the defenders. A perfect pass from Pedri and a finish by López. From this angle you can see even better the beauty of movement and chaos. At halftime, Flick substituted Gavi, who had already received a yellow card, and brought on Fermín with new instructions, and as you can see, everything started working very quickly. This is only Pedri's third assist this La Liga season, and it's a huge injustice to his genius. But let's get back to our revolutionary double W, or, as this formation is also called, Christmas tree or magic box. Call it whatever you want. The third goal came after another unconventional way of breaking through the opponent's defense. Iñigo to Balde, Balde to Frenkie, Frenkie to Cubarsí, Cubarsí to Raphinha, and then a masterclass from the Brazilian. And what an incredibly powerful shot with his right foot. Can anyone remember the last time Rafa struck so well with his right foot? Everything in this episode is beautiful, but the most beautiful thing is movement. Pay attention to how Pedri and Raphinha manipulated Sevilla's players with their movements. Now focus only on Rafa. The home team's fullback did not follow the Brazilian into the center. The central midfielders lost track of him as they were watching Fermín, Pedri and Frenkie at the same time. From this episode, it's easy to understand why this outdated tactic has been revived in modern football, because it is highly effective against teams with low and medium blocks. The flanks are filled with players who have fresh legs to run 60 to 80 meters back and forth, while the center is overloaded to create danger in tight spaces and find those zones where winning just 1 meter can be used to the team's advantage. This four-man central midfield zone with Robert as the spearhead is a lethal weapon against any opponent. And when you add explosive players like Fermín to this mix, the intensity and efficiency can skyrocket instantly. This is exactly what Hansi Flick figured out at halftime, and that's how he won a tough match at Ramon Sánchez Pizjuán. The genius of the German coach lies in the fact that he is always ready to surprise the opponent with an unexpected move. Even when playing with one man less, after Fermín's red card, Flick found a solution. He sent on Olmo and Eric, who replaced Robert and Frenkie respectively. Barcelona switched to 4-4-1 just like in Saudi Arabia, when our team finished the Super Cup final against Real Madrid with 10 men. Once again, Olmo shone in the role of a left midfielder, and Eric not only played reliably and efficiently as a central defensive midfielder, but also scored a goal, 1-4. Wow, it seems like this Flick's Barcelona is unbeatable again. Everything is like October 2024. Barcelona is back in the great title race. The race started by Madrid's two top teams and Barca. And right now it's Blaugrana who are the favorites, even though they are 2 points behind Real Madrid and 1 point behind Atletico. Here's what Atletico's coach Diego Simeone said after the Madrid derby. "I still insist that Barcelona is the best team in La Liga. They attack very well, have incredible speed in their players and play fantastically as a team." Another factor that makes Barca the main title contender is that the team now has real squad depth. This factor is crucial in such a long and exhausting season where the Catalans are fighting for all trophies. Before the match at Ramon Sánchez Pizjuán, Hansi Flick was asked about the reason for the team's impressive form, to which the coach replied, "Right now we don't have just 11 to 12 players, but many more, and this is a real team. We can control the workload and we need fresh legs. It's great that we have such a deep squad." This is a reference to the beginning of the season, when Barca couldn't rely on Eric, Araujo, Gavi, Frenkie and Fermín. All these players had to regain their form through a long recovery process and adaptation to the new coach's demands. Some took more time, some less. But now the team really has options. We have 17 to 18 players who play more and those who play less. But I'm happy with everyone. We have a great atmosphere in the team, and that's very important. Everyone wants to prove they are good, and that's beneficial for the team. Once again, it's Flick's words. And as you can see, all players understand what to do and how. In the 6th minute of the match, Raphinha, Lewandowski and Gavi drew all attention to the center, allowing Lamine to stay completely free. Pedri noticed this, and the first goal of the match could have come even earlier. This Barcelona is disciplined, hungry for big victories, and follows all of Hansi Flick's coaching staff's instructions. Everything works smoothly and precisely. Perfect structure, perfect balance. But more importantly, the spirit of this team. They already play like champions, they never give up. They fight under any circumstances, they can win quickly, crushing their opponents, and they know how to suffer on the pitch even when playing with one man down. The youngest Barcelona in history is an absolute anomaly in world football. This team doesn't look for excuses despite competing with the top versions of Real Madrid and Atletico. Galacticos 3.0 or Simeone's beasts, they don't care. It's the same in the Champions League, where the Catalans are already called the main favorites. Just think about it, how everything has changed. This team is already experienced and has the highest potential, as La Masia produces world-class talent season after season. Flick has instilled the predator mentality so much that the team presses the goalkeeper even when playing with 10 men, sends all defenders forward for a set piece in the 89th minute, leading 1-3 and having one player less, or celebrates every clearance as if Barca's football is played in the trenches. Enjoy the battle, and you won't be afraid to die. So this Barca doesn't die, even when it's killed, like Agent Smith in The Matrix. In place of every destroyed one, a new one appears. Perfectly describes this Barca journalist Relevo Albert Blaya. At the end of May 2024, when more and more information about Hansi Flick's upcoming appointment appeared in the media, there was such information with the German coach's opinion about the players gathered at Barcelona. Flick wants to bring back the positive atmosphere. He believes there's huge quality in the players, likes playing young talent too. Flick feels Barca is a super top club where you can do something historical. He was obsessed to come. And back then, Hansi wasn't joking, as some thought. Barcelona has already scored 113 goals in all competitions this season. That's 3 more than in the entire last season, and we are only at the beginning of February. This is not just incredible, it's some kind of fairy tale. What else is worth noting about this match? Here are some of our talking points. Wojciech Szczęsny is stronger than Iñaki Peña. The key here is mentality and the ability to play a decisive role in crucial moments. Such moments happened in Sevilla. In the 16th minute, the Pole saved after Isak's one-on-one. Another key save happened in the 45th minute, an impressive reaction on the line. In the 78th minute, another confident save. Despite his occasional mistakes, Szczęsny gives the team confidence in critical moments. Peña lacks this quality. Do you agree? Moving on. Cubarsí and Iñigo are our best centre-back duo. Araujo still has issues with creating offside traps. Eric is a very solid player, but Pau and Iñigo rank above him. Christensen has become injury-prone. Cubarsí and Iñigo are one of the best centre-back pairs in the world right now, that's for sure. The decision not to sell Eric in January turned out to be 200% correct. That goal against Benfica changed everything. Garcia significantly helps us both in central defense and midfield. An irreplaceable 12th player for the team, just like Fermín. Pedri. Pedri is Barca. Pedri is the engine of this team and its soul. His absolutely phenomenal form elevates his status to the level of debates about the best midfielder in the world right now. At this moment, we are seeing his strongest version at Barcelona. And of course, the ability of Hansi Flick and his coaching staff to overcome the first crisis of the season and bring Barca back to that monstrous level of the season's start. The beginning of 2025 is a weekly celebration for every culé. As Andres Iniesta recently said, "Before, I didn't turn on Barca matches because I was too nervous. But after Flick arrived, the only thing I worry about is how many goals the team will score today." This is the key change brought by Flick. The match against Sevilla was won in 10 minutes of the second half thanks to the reincarnation of a 100-year-old tactic. You never know what to expect from this German genius. Friends, leave a like if you enjoy our work, subscribe if you support Barcelona, and write in the comments one word that describes Hansi Flick. And I also suggest you check out other videos on our channel, especially the one about how Lamine Yamal lives in 2025. It's a very interesting and high-quality video from our team. That's all. Love Barcelona and Visca el Barça!